Illuvium uses the cryptocurrency ILV, but unlike 99.9% of tokens, it has some utility that will literally generate you passive income. I have been in the Illuvium ecosystem for over 3 years. I have been making content since October 21, 2021. So you could say I understand Illuvium tokenomics and the potential of its ecosystem better than most people out there. If you haven't done your research yet, or even if you have, you will not only learn something new about Illuvium, but the opportunities for earning passive income through their native cryptocurrency ILV. I will not talking about price predictions or anything of that nature in this video. This will be simply to help you understand everything you might need to know if you are interested in the Illuvium ecosystem and or investing in ILV. Now, I'm going to approach the investing thesis of Illuvium into 3 core chapters. Chapter 1 will be tokenomics and token vesting, then NFT second, and finally revenue distribution, which is the real powerhouse of Illuvium. Chapter 1, tokenomics and token vesting. So as you can see here, Illuvium had a total of 5 different funding rounds for the token. A pre-seed for $1 per token at the end of 2020 for $500,000, a seed round for $3 per token at the start of 2021 for $4.5 million led by Delphi Digital, the balancer sale, which I believe the average price was around $35 to $40 for 1 million tokens. Following this was a funding round in May of 2023 for $10 million with a long-time supporter of the project, Framework Ventures. Later on in March of 2024, there was a Series A round with a handful of dedicated VCs, including Animoca Brands for $12 million. Those last 2 were out of the treasury of Illuvium. The token is broken up quite simply. There is a bunch of tokens for the team, 1 million for an in-game rewards pool, a lot for the treasury, but most of it was actually distributed to those staking in their contract. In terms of vesting and unlocking schedule, it is basically all completely unlocked, which is different to most gaming tokens, especially those launched in 2023 or 2024. The only thing remaining is a small portion of team tokens that are yet to completely unlock. During all this, there was also liquidity pool incentives for those who staked early in the project. 3 million tokens were distributed to them over the course of 3 years, ending in June of 2024. Every token received this way was vested and locked for 12 months. Even though some of these tokens are still yet to be claimed, it is a small minority given few tokens were actually rewarded in the final 12 months of the program. These individuals, however, also had the option to claim rewards in a special token called SILV2. It got that name because an exploit was found in SILV, and although the team made the liquidity providers whole out of their own pocket, they had to rebrand the token and relaunch it, but there have been no issues since. SILV2 can be used within the Illuvium ecosystem in place of Ethereum and is burnt on use. It also negates the equivalent ILV from ever being minted when claimed, which means it has reduced the total supply of ILV tokens possible. We can see that 448,122 SILV2 was claimed in total. Some could still be claimed in the future, meaning the maximum possible supply for ILV is 950,000 tokens. The ILV token can be used for 2 key purposes. The first one is revenue distribution, which I will cover later on in the video at length. And secondly, it is the governance token and can be used to elect both the main council and community council every 9 months. The main council effectively governs the direction of the project and changes the parameters of things like land revenue and revenue distribution, whilst also having input on decisions such as capital raises. The community council acts as the voice of the people and also prevents the main council from any possible malicious behavior, given it has the power to remove members and block proposals that heavily conflict with the community's sentiment. As a duality, they govern the Illuvium DAO quite nicely. Now, if you're interested in large AAA Web3 games, then you might like to learn a little bit about Open. Just like Illuvium, there is another AAA game building that has me extremely excited, and up until this point, they've been building in stealth. Open is a multi-mode battle royale game coming to the PC and current generation consoles in partnership with the author of Ready Player One. It will feature IPs like the DeLorean and Reebok, with many more IPs to be confirmed in the future, and there are lots of items to collect and battles to be fought in the game. I personally love battle royales, and it is one of my favorite genres, and I cannot wait until this game comes out. Make sure to follow their X profile and watch them like a hawk. I assure you, you won't regret it. Illuvium has a lot of NFTs, and we will cover them all in the detail they require, only including relevant information. The NFTs are currently split into 3 main categories: the game, land, and beyond. The game NFTs went live when Illuvium launched in July 25, 2024. It is made up of a wide range of collections, everything from ranger equipment to help you move faster in the game, ores to help you craft new items, or even cosmetic skins to show off in the overworld or arena. However, the star of the show are the Illuvials, which will be a requirement of every competitive game for the Illuvium universe moving forwards. To capture them, players need to pay Ethereum to enter the overworld, encounter one, and defeat it, and then capture it using shards, which are another NFT collection. There's about 10, 15 now, and I'm starting to lose count.
What are you doing? I said 7!
Although every game will have ways to use ownership to gain access to certain aspects, they will also be free to play, not requiring NFTs at all, or using the tier 0 Illuvials, which have no cost associated with obtaining them, even though they are on chain like everything else. Illuvials also have a wide range of attributes, including their level and individual stat bonuses, which will all behave differently in the different games built by Illuvium. Now on to LAN. The LAN sale went live for 3 days between June 2 and June 5 of 2022. The process was a Dutch auction, meaning that the price descends until people buy it. As a result, the LAN sold for approximately for the following: Tier 1 at 0.3 ETH or 540 USD, Tier 2 at 1 ETH or 1800, 3.5 ETH for Tier 3 or 6300, and Tier 4 at about 13.5 Ethereum or 24k. It is worth noting that people could buy land with the SRV2 token, which has the purchasing power of ILV in the Illuvium ecosystem. At the time, it had about a 20 to 30% purchasing power bonus, however many bought it for much cheaper in the lead up to the sale, meaning that the real USD denominated prices were probably closer to 30% cheaper than I just described. The current secondary market prices for land are significantly lower than during the sale, even after accounting for SRV2. Notably, Tier 1 is about 40 to 50% cheaper, Tier 2 and Tier 3 are closer to a 70% difference. Land itself has a special utility within the Illuvium ecosystem as it produces fuel for the game. 5% of all fuel sales essentially becomes revenue for those producing land in the Illuvium Zero mobile game. For landowners exclusively, of course, the free-to-play plots do not get this benefit. Because of the way the systems work, they essentially control the flow and prices of fuel up until a limit. If they all banded together and chose to not sell Solon, then its price would increase up to a fundamental cap to prevent breaking the enjoyment of the game. This is important because when anyone wants to play Illuvium to capture Illuvials, they need to buy fuel. Now onto the Illuvium Beyond NFTs. On March 7th, 2023, Illuvium Beyond went live for Wave 1. Since then, there has been a Wave 2 and Wave 3 is launching on November 21, 2024. Illuvium Beyond has 3 main components: discs, accessories, and Illuvatars. Discs are purchased during the sale period and are then opened by users to reveal 3 accessories and 2 Illuvatars inside. These act as the PFP Illuvatars for users inside the world, and if players collect them, they can also unlock cosmetics for use inside the various Illuvium games. Illuvium Beyond Wave 1 generated roughly $4.75 million with its alpha sale alone in Ethereum, and within a short period afterwards filled up something called a safety pool of $5 million to be used as a runway if the project were to ever need it. Subsequent sales have not been as successful, largely due to the bear market taking hold of the entire PFP and NFT art space. Now on to Chapter 3, Revenue Distribution. Revenue distribution is the core component that sets Illuvium apart from every other crypto project and crypto gaming project. 100% of the revenue generated by Illuvium will be distributed to people staking the ILV token. Now, 5% of this for in-game products will go to land holders, but for things like merch sales, it will still be 100%. The number of stakers has been fluctuating between 3 million to 4 million and kind of sitting at about 5 million tokens, which means that if Illuvium generates, let's say $5 million in revenue, every single token that is staked will earn $1. It is also based on how long you have staked for. For example, someone who stakes with a 1-month lock will have 50% less weight than someone who stakes for 12 months. Currently, a majority of the tokens are staked for the full 12 months. This does have one major downside, however. it is more difficult for Illuvium to actually fund their operation. The Illuvium treasury currently holds about 1 million tokens, meaning they gain about 20% of revenues to be used for future development costs. At current staker numbers, this would require monthly revenues of about $5 to $6 million to sustain their 1 million development cost threshold. That being said, they can always raise more capital, cut costs, or pull many other levers to increase their development runway. Now please like and subscribe, don't forget to use my referral code SCORIOX, and check out this video up next teaching you how to play the Illuvium Gauntlet so you can get started enjoying the Illuvium ecosystem.